Omono banedo ohun ta oge nige kebe kame hia wo twedo tari obo twedo rie baigro no segwaba eri amunu ari obo twedo u kari oba no je e mari oba wewe omogo Chris osa ne hi kai tai body egbe ladian do gbe wan esese we tari obo twedo fian baigro no muge omono banedo u apolopolo e wa no geva kebe nige hia wo twedo ugmebo wi si agbada wunuta we upo oge obedo emo geva emo swan agwaba type umogun ohunta.
Governor Baseki said the development followed a letter by the Nige last year asking for the implementation of the traditional rulers and chiefs edict of 1979. He said after a critical review of the contents, its approval became expedient on the implementation of a section of the Edo State Traditional Rulers Law, which stipulates that every local government should have its traditional council. He said the decision was taken and enacted many years ago for the traditional rulers to assist government in ensuring law, order and development in their domains across the state. Governor Baseki said by implementing the law in Edo South, expectations include faster rate of development in the senatorial district.
Some of you in the past have assisted the local government authorities in areas like security, in areas like education, areas like welfare of citizens. But you did this on your own and upon invitation by the local government authorities. What this means now is that your councils must meet to support the local government authority in those critical areas of development.
He also urged the Nige in Edo South to partner and support the state government in the verification of a 2019 register of poor and vulnerable households to enable the state government send stipends on a monthly basis to them to reduce the pressure on traditional rulers.
What we're trying to do is to strengthen the governance arrangement in Edo South. So please, as you go back, it is important that we correct that narrative.
Spokesperson for the Nige in Edo South, who is also the Noge of Abudu and the Obanosa, Professor Gregory Kenzwa, said the visit is to appreciate Governor Baseki.
We thank you for your courage, for your wisdom, and for your determination.
State Governor Godwin Obaseki addressing the Benins and the Nige. After discussing, tell them the reason why they are doing what they are doing. He hand everything with Oba Atokbei, and everybody chanted and say, "He said." All the Nigi there, they all shouted, "He said." According to what the governor is saying, the king, Monobanedo Uku Akpolokpolo, is aware of everything. According to the governor was so bold to come out to do this. Maybe the palace gave him the green light. That's what I don't know. That's what you don't know. Before I start talking, I want to play another video again.
Chris Nehai said the Edo State government has increased allocation of funds to traditional rulers under the administration of the governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki. He said due process was followed in the disbursement of funds to the various traditional rulers known as the Nige in the 7 local government areas that make up Edo South. He reiterated that the Oba of Benin's position as the permanent head of all the traditional rulers in Edo State remains sacrosanct in the state government's implementation of the traditional rulers and chiefs edict of 1979.
The local government across the state started the payment of the warehouse funds for the traditional rulers. I'm sure you all are aware that there was a little administrative issue between the traditional rulers. Those issues were resolved after a series of meetings between the Palace of the Oba of Benin, especially here in Edo. A meeting was held, led by the ESA of Benin, who is the Prime Minister, Chief Sam Igbe, the Enoges, and I think government was there as an observer. By the time the issues were discussed and all that, they resolved whatever issues there were. The monies were now released in July.
Chris Nehai, in company with the commissioner in charge of Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Monday Osagbovo and Crusoe Sage, cleared the air on the disbursement of funds to traditional rulers in the state, especially Edo South.
If we see the letter that I issued ourselves from July 2022 to July 2023, it was the component of the value-added tax and the excess crude oil that was added to the main allocation that was withheld or warehoused during the period of settlement.
After they've now sorted out the administrative issues, the VAT and the excess crude component since July was now added to all that was kept between April, and that's what amounted to the 1.3 billion that is now being distributed to the different traditional rulers in across Edo State. So you see the breakdown. Edo South is to get 639.2 million. The Benin Traditional Council, which is the Palace of the Royal Majesty, will get 319 million.
The press briefing afforded journalists the opportunity to ask questions and clear grey areas. Ego Sagunlao, ITV News.
I'm going to try to let my Edo people, the Benin, understand what is going on. There is a war, power show between the governor, Obaseki, and the empire. But with the Beninese, I'm going to explain some certain things to you. I will be missing my Benin dialect. I'm going to be missing it. I want two people to understand what is going on. There is a fight between the government, the Edo State government, and the kingdom. But we, the Beninese, must use our brain to solve this whole matter so that we, the Beninese, will not look like zombies. We love our empire. We love our king. We love our father. God created us that way. We have that respect for our father. And even our father, when I say father, that gave birth to us, it is the same love we have for our kingdom, for our king. The same, if it is not even murder. But with what is going on in Osununa, we have to use our brain to solve this problem so that we won't look like people that don't know what they are doing or zombies. We have to fight so that the world that is watching us will know we still have our brain intact. I know some people now immediately, they will just hate what I'm saying. They don't want to hear it. Keep that to yourself. You see what the governor is saying? These people, you can't change it. It doesn't matter how long you cry on social media. You are just using it to, so that people will like your video, comment on your video, good viewers. It's for how many people that view the video. It won't make any change. That is the gospel truth. It will not make any change. It is not on social media you fight. You show that you love your king. But you can show, this is our king, but everything does not end here. I want to break it down. Some of us, we so much love our king, sometimes we behave, we just go, and then when we hear, we want to fight, we want to agitate, Like what happened few months ago, some group of Beninese people built on a property that belongs to the king. Some chiefs went there with bulldozer and pulled the building down. How did it go? It took us. We use our brain, because you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't have the right, the constitutional right to do that. The king is rich. The people that owns that, they are struggling people. The king can say, okay, that's my land. I give it to you people. He's the king. He can do that. Kings do help their people too. But because of the way some of us reason, we must find. No, you are disgracing yourself and disgracing the empire. You fight with the brain. You don't fight like that. The Benin artifact, that is the reason why the governor is behaving like this. He wanted it. But we let him understand it's not yours to protect. The Benin artifact belongs to the empire, not to the government. I remember when Obaseki, when I was in Nigeria, he tried to he tried to deceive the people, the Benin people, and say, okay, look at Egypt. Their mummies, they are all in museum. All those Okifero dead bodies, bones. It is the government that is controlling it. It didn't work, and he was disgraced. And for that, this man now, he want to fight back by talking about the money that's supposed to goes to the traditional rulers that the government Sunday caught in 1979, 43 years ago. If you know, you're supposed to use your head, use your sense to fight this fight. How it will bring disgrace to your people. It will bring disgrace to your king. In the real sense, the governor is doing what is right. But he's doing it not because he loves doing, not because he feels it is right. He's doing it to fight back. But you have to use your head. How we can cover this whole thing up? How are you going to say it? Like the government, 1979 said, all these chiefs should be given so amount. Ever since, nobody give them that amount. Everything goes to the king himself. It is the king. Maybe why are they grumbling now? Because maybe it's not giving them what do you really do to them. Maybe they have been saying, it's not okay. We are suffering too. We need money. We have mouth. We have to feed it too. Before the kings now decided to follow the governor way, something happened. So for you to solve that problem so that it won't be disgrace, we have to use our head. It's not every time you come and you don't. People will begin to see you as mumu people. Them time have changed. We are in 2023. In UK, there are a group of people demonstrating. They don't want their king. Everything is well for them. They have everything. They are enjoying. Still, people are demonstrating there. Time have changed. You learn from what is happening around you. This problem. This is my last time I will involve in this kind of talk. Listen, everybody will say what the governor is doing is want to share this thing. I just want to share the empire, give them autonomy. The Esam Enogis, so I want to use this as Enogi. They have their own autonomy. Enogi of Uromi have his own autonomy. Enogi of Ekboma have his own autonomy. I think in Ebele have his own economy. In Irua, they have their own autonomy. Everybody take what belongs to you. Peace reign. Did they challenge anybody? The king of Rome is not challenging of Irua. Irua is not challenging Ekboma. So when you say autonomy, when you give these people what due to them, it doesn't mean they are going to challenge. It doesn't mean they are going to challenge the king. What these people need is something they can at least. They need money too. Many Enogis, they now sell lands. They do this, do all kinds of things that bring shame to their kingdom wherever they are Enogi. You see all those youth boys, youth chairman who sell lands in their land. Sometimes we'll beat them up because these people are poor. They need money too. Give them what due to them. You know, some people or some of us, we don't look at like, okay, what the governor is doing, we don't like it. The governor is fighting back. The governor is humiliating. We understand. What are you going to fight him? You can't change what is going on. It is the governor. You can't change it. As long as what he's doing, he might not be doing it in the because he's doing it to you, but at the end of the day, some people will say the Enogis, it is the king that put them there. It's the king that put them there. If not the king, there will not be a no-gay, talk less of asking for what due to them. In 1979, the government said, you are the one who, everybody were then, the government said, these people, when the government said, oh, they are not enogi, this is what due to them because they are not enogi. If you think, for instance, no, nothing due to them, we are not giving them anything, then you go back to that court to go and tell the federal government they are nobody now. We don't, nothing like that now. But in Benin, there is something like that. Is that what good for the kingdom? Going to court fighting over money? Listen, you see all these people in government, they were reading the money given to this, given to that, given to the king. Is that what you want to hear? Are you not ashamed to see people reading this? They give this, they give 20 million to this. Is that not a disgrace to us? Fighting over money? You love to hear that? Instead of you to mellow down, you are still on social media around. What can you change? What can you change? Did you know the king have not make any statement or speech in anything? When they destroyed those houses, when they took bulldozer to go and the same thing, the king kept quiet. He didn't say anything. Then you can't say it is him that sent them. Maybe these people overzealous, that destroyed that house. The same thing you guys are doing on social media. You are saying something that will bring disgrace to your father. You are still emphasizing on it. Let that case go. Everybody cool down. The only way you can fight back is through election. Through election and vote against whoever Obaseki supports. But all these things you guys are doing on social media, you want to bring more disgrace to your king. Look at all these chiefs. They look hungry. They need money too. Everybody needs money too. According to what they are telling us, you all know the money they are allocated to the Edo North. They are allocated to the Edo South, Edo Central. The money they allocate to Edo South is bigger than the money allocated to both Edo North and Edo Central. The one they said they should give to Enigi, the Yeniya. This matter have been there right from I was still in secondary school. This matter. Then, how I feel then, when they were talking about this thing then is, if the government say this is their own. To me then, when I was still young, when I was in my 20s, I said, that's the only way to bring peace. If you bully everybody, go on, don't talk, you keep quiet, everything. You don't have, sit down and say, okay, is it right? We are in 2023. If you keep shunning people down not to talk, one day there will be revolution that will destroy everything. Learn from what I'm saying. When you bring something that you know something that is something that is disgrace, you back attack the eye where you wata irin wa ewe imegi mi wa ewa we mo base walao. Nigeria government or win ari eni ya ki ari eni ya me man no wu wan dumu we baba ma gi wan wa yina o ma iladan wa ya gbe na yin ma pe. They said they went to the palace, they discussed with him, said the Baba is aware. Tenu we ye so you wanna e Baba am we ma dey aware. Allow. I am the wounded civilian. Thank you.